thinks she knows it all because she's older and she's bigger. Whatever Dexter wants, he just goes and creates. Robots, it doesn't matter the size or the shape. He's always doing crazy tests and making a mess. And if they don't come out correct, well, you know what happens next. Uh-oh, back to the lab again. Oh no, back to the lab again. We messed up. Back to the lab again. Not again. Back to the lab again. Uh-oh, back to the lab again. Oh no, back to the lab again. We messed up. Back to the lab again. Not again. Back to the lab again. Dexter's laboratory, he can always count on it to get him into trouble or to get him out of it. Sometimes if he needs Dee Dee, then he'll use her. But Dexter's only true best friend is his computer. Uh-oh, back to the lab again. Oh no, back to the lab again. We messed up. Back to the lab again. Not again. Back to the lab again. Uh-oh, back to the lab again. Oh no, back to the lab again. We messed up. Back to the lab again. Not again. Back to the lab again. Uh-oh. Look, there goes Dexter, and there goes his sister Dee Dee. Oh boy, wonder what they're gonna get into today. Uh-oh, back to the lab again. Oh no, back to the lab again. We messed up. Back to the lab again. Not again. Back to the lab again. Uh-oh, back to the lab again. Oh no, back to the lab again. We messed up. Back to the lab again. Not again. Back to the lab again. Uh-oh, Dexter's in the lab again, making up anything he's imagining. There goes Dee Dee, his sister. He always argues with her. She thinks she knows it all because she's older and she's bigger. Whatever Dexter wants, he just goes and creates. Robots, it doesn't matter the size or the shape. He's always doing crazy tests and making a mess. And if they don't come out correct, well, you know what happens next. Uh-oh, back to the lab again. Oh no, back to the lab again. We messed up. Back to the lab again. Not again. Back to the lab again. Uh-oh, back to the lab again. Oh no, back to the lab again. We messed up. Back to the lab again. Not again. Back to the lab again. Dexter's laboratory, he can always count on it to get him into trouble or to get him out of it. Sometimes if he needs Dee Dee, then he'll use her. But Dexter's only true best friend is his computer. Uh-oh, back to the lab again. Oh no, back to the lab again. We messed up. Back to the lab again. Not again. Back to the lab again. Uh-oh, back to the lab again. Oh no, back to the lab again. We messed up. Back to the lab again. Not again. Back to the lab again. Uh-oh. Look, there goes Dexter, and there goes his sister Dee Dee. Oh boy, wonder what they're gonna get into today. Uh-oh, back to the lab again. Oh no, back to the lab again. We messed up. Back to the lab again. Not again. Back to the lab again. Uh-oh, back to the lab again. Oh no, back to the lab again. We messed up. Back to the lab again. Not again. Back to the lab again. Uh-oh, Dexter's in the lab again, making up anything he's imagining. There goes Dee Dee, his sister. He always argues with her. She thinks she knows it all because she's older and she's bigger. Whatever Dexter wants, he just goes and creates. Robots, it doesn't matter the size or the shape. He's always doing crazy tests and making a mess. And if they don't come out correct, well, you know what happens next. Uh-oh, back to the lab again. Oh no, back to the lab again. We messed up. Back to the lab again. Not again. Back to the lab again. Uh-oh, back to the lab again. Oh no, back to the lab again. We messed up. Back to the lab again. Not again. Back to the lab again. Dexter's laboratory, he can always count on it to get him into trouble or to get him out of it. Sometimes if he needs Dee Dee, then he'll use her. But Dexter's only true best friend is his computer. Uh-oh, back to the lab again. Oh no, back to the lab again. We messed up. Back to the lab again. Not again. Back to the lab again. Uh-oh. again, not again. Back to the lab again. Uh-oh, Dexter's in the lab again, making up anything he's imagining. There goes Dee Dee, his sister. He always argues with her. She thinks she knows it all because she's older and she's bigger. Whatever Dexter wants, he just goes and creates robots. It doesn't matter the size or the shape. He's always doing crazy tests and making a mess. And if they don't come out correct, well, you know what happens next. Uh-oh, back to the lab again. Oh no, back to the lab again. We messed up. Back to the lab again. Not again. Back to the lab again. Uh-oh, back to the lab again. Oh no, back to the lab again. We messed up. Back to the lab again. Not again. Back to the lab again. He can always count on it to get him into trouble or to get him out of it. Sometimes if he needs Dee Dee, then he'll use her. But Dex's only true best friend is his computer. Uh-oh, back to the lab again. Oh no, back to the lab again. We messed up. Back to the lab again. Not again. Back to the lab again. Uh-oh, back to the lab again. Oh no, back to the lab again. We messed up. Back to the lab again. Not again. Back to the lab again. Uh-oh. Look, there goes Dexter, and there goes his sister Dee Dee. Oh boy, wonder what they're gonna get into today. Uh-oh, back to the lab again. Oh no, back to the lab again. We messed up. Back to the lab again. Not again. Back to the lab again. Uh-oh, back to the lab again. Oh no, back to the lab again. We messed up. Back to the lab again. Not again. Back to the lab again. Uh-oh, Dexter's in the lab again, making up anything he's imagining. There goes Dee Dee, his sister. He always argues with her. She thinks she knows it all because she's older and she's bigger. Whatever Dexter wants, he just goes and creates robots. It doesn't matter the size or the shape. He's always doing crazy tests and making a mess. And if they don't come out correct, well, you know what happens next. Uh-oh, back to the lab again. Oh no, back to the lab again. We messed up. Back to the lab again. Not again. Back to the lab again. Uh-oh, back to the lab again. Oh no, back to the lab again. We messed up. Back to the lab again. Not again. Back to the lab again. Dexter's laboratory, he can always count on it to get him into trouble or to get him out of it. Sometimes if he needs Dee Dee, then he'll use her. But Dex's only true best friend is his computer. Uh-oh, back to the lab again. Oh no, back to the lab again. We messed up. Back to the lab again. Not again. Back to the lab again. Uh-oh, back to the lab again. Oh no, back to the lab again. We messed up. Back to the lab again. Not again. Back to the lab again. Uh-oh. Look, there goes Dexter, and there goes his sister Dee Dee. Oh boy, wonder what they're gonna get into today. Uh-oh, back to the lab again. Oh no, back to the lab again. We messed up. Back to the lab again. Not again. Back to the lab again. Uh-oh, back to the lab again. Oh no, back to the lab again. We messed up. Back to the lab again. Not again. Back to the lab again. Uh-oh, Dexter's in the lab again, making up anything he's imagining. There goes Dee Dee, his sister. He always argues with her. She thinks she knows it all because she's older and she's bigger. Whatever Dexter wants, he just goes and creates robots. It doesn't matter the size or the shape. He's always doing crazy tests and making a mess. And if they don't come out correct, well, you know what happens next. Uh-oh, back to the lab again. Oh no, back to the lab again. We messed up. Back to the lab again. Not again. Back to the lab again. Uh-oh, back to the lab again. Oh no, back to the lab again. We messed up. Back to the lab again. Not again. Back to the lab again. Dexter's laboratory, he can always count on it to get him into trouble or to get...
Welcome, everybody, I finally got here. I'm a bit tired. You know, it was a long walk. You know, if you want to keep your lab secret, you got to keep it deep underground. You got to have a lot of security measures to make sure no one else can get in. So it causes a long walk, but it's worth it. It's worth walking 10 minutes to the lab every day. I hope you guys are ready, because I know I am ready for this Terry Direct. 45 minutes. That means this character is going to have tech. He's going to have movement. He's going to have lots of moves. He's going to have meter, I think. He's going to have supers. He's going to have specials. Ooh, it's going to be sick. Ooh. But I'm going to be theory crafting during the Direct. I have a document to my left on this other monitor. It's for notes and stuff. So basically, you know, I am going to be taking notes. One second, I got to make sure my desktop audio works. All right, good. When the Direct starts, let me know if it's too quiet, too loud for you guys, obviously. So anyways, I got notes. I'm ready. So I'm going to be taking notes live so I can instantly, when he comes out, know what I want to lab. And obviously, when he actually comes out, I'll be doing the lab stream of the actual character. I have a feeling this is going to be like older characters where the video comes out, they said he comes out right now, and then it's going to take 3 or 4 hours before we can actually download him. But I do have my Switch here at the ready. So if he comes out immediately, I'll be ready. That being said, I am a businessman. I own 2 businesses, so I have meetings set up for the day. So I cannot start streaming until about 11 a.m. EST if he does come out. So hopefully it doesn't happen that way. How do I do this? Oh yeah, close it. Close. X. Options. Software update via the internet. Damn, not yet. I went to bed at like 11 p.m., so I'm ready to go. I got my 8 hours. I'm feeling sick. Holy crap. Chris F with the $20 donation. It hasn't. Thank you for everything you and Apostle do with VGBC for the Smash Meet. Thank you, Chris. I do super appreciate that. I can't believe you just gave us $20. Thank you. Yeah, we if you're watching and you don't know, why isn't it showing up here? If you don't know, let me actually resend that. If you don't know, me and my brother also own VG Bootcamp, which streams all the major tournaments. We also own Xanadu, which is the first ever Smash Weekly, home of TKEE Coney commentary, Sax, Smash at Xanadu. So that's what I mainly do. But this is my side project. This is what I do for fun. I lab, and I'm ready. I got the patch note definitions to my left, so you know they always have weird definitions. So I'll be ready to explain those patch notes to you guys as soon as they release. Usually patch notes release like right when the Direct happens. So hopefully I can do that during this session. Yeah, that's a good question. I'm hoping for a lot in 6.0, but this Direct is about to start, so let me just here we go. All right. Hopefully the desktop audio isn't too loud. Let me see. Oh, here we go. We starting with the trip. What the crap? Damn, a little flub on Nintendo's end. 2 little flubs on Nintendo's end. It looks like the video isn't starting.
Hello
everyone, this is Masahiro Sakurai from Sora Limited. The Super Smash Bros. Ultimate game was recently honored with 5 awards at this year's Japan Game Awards.
Let me know if I'm too quiet, too loud, etc.
It's received a great many awards on top of that as well.
Draw decks,
Each
I got you on
award
that
is
frame
very
data
meaningful
sheet.
to me,
There's actually one
so I would
someone else
like to
updates
take the
online.
opportunity
me
to
up
extend
at
my
Direct.
thanks to all those who have voted and to all those who have supported us.
I love that Sakurai's getting his personality out more. I just love it.
Without further ado, let's begin the presentation. First, we'll start with what the Neo Geo is.
Oh, he's actually giving like
It
a full
refers to a
breakdown.
1990 video game console for use in arcades and at home, as well as to the name of the system itself. In 1990, the equivalent to the Super NES had only just released in Japan, so if you wanted to play arcade games at home before then, the only option was to play the less
direct
polished
audio
port
isn't
on the Nintendo
overpowering?
Entertainment System.
Just let me know.
However, with the Neo Geo system, you could play the arcade versions of games at home with no drop in quality. 1990 was right around the year that I started working for a game company. Back then, Japan had rental services for arcade games. In other words, you could go to a rental store, rent an arcade game, take it home, and play it.
That's crazy.
After that, they were sold for home use, but a single game would cost about 30,000 yen. That's expensive.
It's like $3,000.
But if you think about it, compared to playing a game in the arcade 300 times at 100 yen per play, you're getting your money's worth. At the time, some people actually thought this was cheap. I mean, there really are
bringing
people
the
who
machine
play
home and
games in the
practicing
Super Smash
cheap.
Bros. Series
That's actually
1,000 or even 10,000 times. Anyway, the MVS, as it was called then, was sold in various places, and for an arcade machine, it wasn't all that expensive.
We had these at
You
the
could also
arcade
get
when
them
I
on
was a kid.
lease.
In Maryland, we
That's
had a
why
really
you'd
cool
end up seeing
arcade. You know,
lots
the
of
guy
candy
had a
stores
little
having a metal
toy
slug
machine.
cabinet.
But when I was
The home
about
version
8,
of the Neo Geo
is
came
when
with this controller.
arcade machines started going out of
Can you
business.
see? It has 4 buttons. And this is the actual console itself. Here is the reset button and
Oh,
previous
so
slot
the
in
Neo
big game
Geo's
cartridges.
controller was an actual arcade stick? That's sick. I didn't know that.
This is the Neo Geo? Just kidding. Actually, this is the Neo Geo X, the portable version that was released afterward. You could also insert it into this docking station and play it as a home console.
If my camera's in the wrong spot,
Beat
if
Nintendo
you're on, if
Switch
you're on
to it.
mobile, the chat's on the left side?
A portable, multi-purpose console. Updated iterations of past systems are emblematic of the Neo Geo. Next, let's talk about what Fatal Fury is. It released in 1991, the same year as Street Fighter II, but this one came later. It launched after Street Fighter II. Like many of the other fighters, Fatal Fury was often regarded as a title that was developed to capitalize on the popularity of Street Fighter II, but that's not really the case.
Ooh.
Actually, both Street Fighter II and Fatal Fury were developed using the original Street Fighter as a foundation.
Ah.
In fact, the development of Fatal Fury was started by one of the planners of Street Fighter. Did I just hear you say, wow? This one is also a multiplayer-focused fighting game. In this story, someone named Jeff Bogard is killed by Geese Howard. Geese Howard starts up a fighting tournament in Southtown, which he runs.
I really like that he's giving the background.
To avenge his
'cause
father's death,
this game
Terry
means a
enters
lot
the
to
tournament,
Sakurai.
which is
From what
known
I've read
as King of
online,
Fighters.
like
I
it was
mentioned the term King of
inspiration
Fighters,
of him playing
something you
fighting
may have
games
heard
and then
before.
Eventually had Smash
Yes,
coming out.
there's actually a popular series called The King of Fighters, and that series was named after the fighting tournament within the world of Fatal Fury. And Terry Bogard, who is the protagonist of Fatal Fury, also appears in all the games in the King of Fighters series as one of the main characters. If you want to play a game from either of the Fatal Fury series or the King of Fighters series, many of them are available now on Nintendo Switch as part of the Arcade Archive series. You may not know which one to play first, but my recommendations from the Fatal Fury series would be Fatal Fury Special. From the King of Fighters series, my recommendation would be the King of Fighters 95. But if you want to play a fighting game with all sorts of strategic elements, then I recommend the King of Fighters 98. Next, I'll give you some insight on Terry Bogard. Actually, this video was recorded about 1 month prior to its release. That's because we need to translate and edit videos like this one, and that takes time. The game footage you see here is not from the final production ROM, so please understand that there may be some elements that differ from the final game.
Dang it.
Since we have the opportunity, I want to talk about Terry using a lot of SNK lingo, meaning in this discussion the younger generations may feel a little out of the loop. But there's nothing to worry about. When we released the original Nintendo 64 version of Super Smash Bros., I was often asked, who is Samus? Whether or not the character is fun to play as is more important than whether the character is new or old, or whether the character is recognizable to everyone. I want to make sure I present Terry to you in such a way that you can fully understand his appeal. So thank you.
Let's go. All right, let's take these notes, baby.
Okay, let's begin.
I'm so ready. I'm so ready.
This is Terry Bogard in Super Smash Bros.
This is the best
Ultimate.
stage. This is the only stage.
He's still wearing an outfit that reflects the era of his original game, but we did our best to make him look cool in a variety of ways. When he stands next to Ryu, it almost makes you wonder, is
they're the
this
same
really a
height.
Super Smash Bros. Game? Doesn't it? Just like Ryu, when you're playing one-on-one, he'll face the opponent. Actually, he always looks in the opponent's direction. Even if you move him to a location behind the opponent, he'll quickly turn around, always keeping his focus on the opponent.
Same as Ryu.
Let's talk about his moves. His neutral attacks are jab, body blow, and high kick. Each move is something familiar from the Fatal Fury series. And his dash is power charge. This is a move you can use in Real Bout, Fatal Fury Special, and others. In the original series, it was one of his special moves. His tilt attacks are middle kick, rising upper, and underkick. Compared to Ryu, his attack speed is slower. This is to match his original series. Now for smash attacks. First up, backspin kick. This smash attack is the equivalent to his strong attack, but the motion is even cooler than in his original series. Next, wild upper and slide kick. Both are from the original series. Then his mid-air moves. Jump, then chop. Jump, then kick. Jump, then backward kick. And then somersault kick.
Up air really strong.
However, this somersault kick was not included in the original series. But we needed a move to attack
His up air is really strong.
so we created a new move. Also, jump and then karate punch for a down air attack. If you
Wait,
successfully
what was
pull
his
off a
forward
down
air?
air, it's possible to attack with a meteor effect, as you can see here. It's basically like Ryu's. Next, I'll cover his throws. His forward throw is his familiar buster throw. His back throw is also buster throw. And his down throw is neck breaker drop. In fact, he used it in the game Fatal Fury Wild Ambition. I miss playing that game on Hyper Neo Geo 64. And then, his up throw is grasping upper. This sort of dodge attack can be performed after a spot dodge. I mentioned dodge attack, and this actually does exist. During a spot dodge, immediately press the button to counterattack.
Oh, this is why he put spot
During a
dodge
dodge
canceling in the
attack,
game.
your upper body becomes invincible, so this kind of move gives you the advantage when you counterattack. Now for his special attacks. His neutral special, with just the B button, is Power Wave. Depending on how long you press the button, you'll use one of two types of special attacks, weak and strong. This one is weak and kinda slow, and this one is strong. Fast, isn't it? For Ryu, in his original game, you used 3 buttons, so there were weak, medium, and strong attacks. For Terry Bogard, you could use 4 buttons in his original game, but there were only 2 buttons for punch, so that's why he only has 2 attack levels, weak and strong. This rule applies to all of his special attacks, so please keep that in mind. By the way, the attack Power Wave is a move that shoots energy along the ground, but how does it look in the air? In his original game, you couldn't use this move in the air. This is how it looks now.
Oh, he can't do it in the
As
air.
of the King of Fighters 96, the Power Wave ability had a shorter range, so we've recreated that version of the move. It's a useful move in midair and helps keep opponents in check. Next, we have a special performed while holding in the direction of your opponent, Burning Knuckle. This move also has a weak and strong version, as well as a command input. Like the Hadouken command input from Street Fighter 2, you perform this command using the directional inputs, down to the side in the direction of your opponent, and then press the button. Doing so makes the move a bit stronger. This means that Burning Knuckle has 4 variations.
What?
Weak without command input,
Okay.
and strong without command input. Weak with command input, and strong with command input. The strong version using the command input is of course the most powerful. You'll hear a noise when you input the command. And if you've succeeded, you might also notice some green mixed in with the flames. It may be slight, but there is a difference. The strong version with the command input really is strong, even capable of KOing opponents. It can be blocked, however, so be on the lookout for that. In such a case, you'll be left wide open. And this is a first for the Super Smash Bros. Series, but the side specials are split into 2 versions, a back special and a front special. That means there's one more side special than usual, Crack Shoot.
Yes!
This is a familiar move from his original game. There's also a command input version. It's performed by using the directional buttons down to the back, followed by the A or B button.
I know this is... Yes! So he has more special moves.
The command version can launch your opponent quite a bit further. It creates a bit of an arc, so it can be used as an anti-air attack when your opponents try to hit you. At close range, if you happen to be blocked by a shield, it's hard to be counter-attacked because you'll pass through them. There's something I want you to remember. When you do a crack shoot off-screen, this is how it will look. Terry swings with his whole body when using Burning Knuckle and Crack Shoot, so it can be hard to recover. However, if you keep pressing backwards without inputting commands, you should be able to initiate Crack Shoot in the direction you're trying to recover. Let me show you one more time. Do this, then continue to press backward. And then you can recover. If you press too quickly or input some commands, you'll fly right off the stage, so be careful.
Okay, that's good to know.
And this is his up special, Rising Tackle. It also has weak and strong versions, each with differing heights. And did you notice that if you hold down briefly to charge, your whole body glows a little? In this case, your whole body will be invincible at the start. Either way, your legs will be invincible. Here's an example of this invincibility in action. With the standard Rising Tackle, I got completely wiped out when I threw myself at them. But with Rising Tackle's charged command version, you can't be hit at this moment, so you come out on top.
That's really good.
You can of course use Rising Tackle as a recovery as well. Even after using Burning Knuckle or Crack Shoot, you can still use Rising Tackle.
So he has a decent recovery.
This is also very helpful
Crack
when
Shoot's
you're trying
really
to recover,
good recovery,
so please
guys.
keep that in mind. His down special is Power Dunk,
Yes!
an attack that rises and descends. This side, down, diagonally down command input is also known as the Shoryuken command.
SRK input.
If you can pull it off, you'll be invincible at the start of the move.
Invincibility.
Also, you can hear a sound when it connects, but it might be tough to make out. Now, let's talk about canceling specials. I'd really like you to keep this in mind.
Canceling specials. Whoa, whoa, whoa!
First, if you use a special after attacking with a standard attack,
Oh, I thought he meant canceling specials.
the special won't come out until the move animation has finished. That makes sense, right?
But if you hit
But
somebody,
here's what happens if you cancel out of it. At this moment here, if you've successfully entered a
That's a
special
sport, though,
command
right?
input, the rest of the animation will be cancelled, allowing you to attack again immediately. I'll do that again. Throw out a kick like normal. And once your leg extends, you'll perform the move.
This is just like Ryu.
Set it up so that when you attack, you can go straight into a special. This will increase your offensive options. Please try this out. For example, neutral attack 1, 2, and power down. This is a bread and butter combo.
Oh, you see the stage?
Aside
The
from
stage
that,
has walls.
you can also get Terry to fly out and attack in
How
an
do you?
M
So
shape.
you can only kill off the top?
In his original game, you could only cancel attacks on the ground, but in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, it's possible to cancel aerial moves. The types of aerial attacks that you can cancel are limited to things like neutral air attacks or down air attacks.
Oh, you
But I
can't.
think it would be wise to use these combos to expand your offensive options.
Only neutral and downer.
And at last, the final smash. His final smash begins with triple geyser. Terry will shoot 3 geysers straight
He might have
forward.
2.
However, if you think that's all, you're very mistaken.
Told ya. Wait. Never mind. Oh, I love it. I want to
As you
see
can
the
see,
FD version of the stage. This is the
If
best
triple
stage in the
geyser
game.
connects, you'll follow up with Power Dunk and Buster Wolf. It's 3 moves in 1. It's a visually striking combo. You may be wondering what happened to his original super special moves.
There's still 30 minutes left. What's going on?
Yes, they're here too.
Yes!
With the usual rules, when Terry's damage meter rises up to 100%,
I knew he was gonna have
or
meter!
higher, and in stamina mode, when his overall HP drops to 30% or less, you'll see this go icon.
When he gets
at
to
the bottom of the
100%.
screen. At this point, if you enter this specific command, you can initiate the power geyser you see here. The command input is, if I borrow the way it's said in the original game, down, angle down, side, angle down, forward. Well, it's a bit complicated. Downward, then backward, then forward. You see?
Down.
It is an action game after all, so you get to control the direction of your punch, be it right or left. In that case, no matter which direction you're going for, just swap the right input and left input. It's like this: downward, then backward, then forward. Or down, and then the opposite
Alright, that's
direction
good to
if
know.
that's forward. And then there's his other super special move,
Ooh!
Buster Wolf. You can initiate this one by repeating the Hadouken command input twice. Down to side, then down to side again. It can be rather difficult to pull off moves using the original game's command inputs, but you can also use simplified command inputs. In the case of Power Geyser, remember this: down, side, down, forward. As long as you input the command downward to the side, to the back, downward again, and then forward, you should be fine. In the case of Buster Wolf, it's simply down, side, side. That should be easier to remember.
It's 40%.
Even though the command input is complex, it can still be blocked with ease.
Does that do
Since
any
these
shield
moves
damage?
can only be used when Terry has taken a lot of damage, you'll be in even more danger if your opponent blocks. So they're high risk and high return. Please save them for when you really need to make a last-ditch effort.
It doesn't go away? He just over
You
100
can
has
use it
it?
again and again, but be careful. Your opponent may be able to predict your move and take action. Essentially, it's best to use it when it's least expected.
You
Or
can
to
cancel it?
out of a combo.
Oh
like
my
this.
god!
For the taunts, I decided to match his original game. His up taunt is "Hey, come on, from the King of Fighters series. His down taunt spins his hat like in the Real Bout series. And his side taunt is "Stand
He's
up"
broken!
from Gutto, Mark of the Wolves. I've demonstrated him using various special moves in the game so far, and you can hear his voice. Like that.
Oh,
We've incorporated both his longer remarks, like Power Wave, from older titles and
Got
his
the
shorter
jazzy
remarks
fighting
like
game
Rocky
music.
from newer titles. And here are his color variations. There's a good variety of
You
colors
already know I'm
available
wearing
from
black.
across the series,
I'm wearing all black, baby.
and the cap design is slightly different in each version. They're based on his original games.
Can we get
and
a
we've also
version of this
included
hat?
Some
I
from
want
the
this
King
hat.
of Fighters 14 and the anime series.
I want this hat.
He
Okay.
sometimes takes off his cap too. For example, it happens during his victory pose. His cap also blows away when he is defeated in stamina mode.
All right.
The stage is called King of Fighters Stadium.
Oh, that's so cool. The characters in the background. It has
It
walls,
looks like
obviously.
one hardcore fighting coliseum. The text above the Jumbotron reads, King of Fighters, without the. When we talk about a game title, we need the up front, but the name of the tournament in the game's story is just King of Fighters. This is a very unique stage, and it follows some rules that haven't existed in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate before. First, the edge is walled off.
So you can corner
In
someone.
the Super Smash Bros. Series, you need to launch opponents off the
I don't
stage.
think you can tech that. Look, it's a new effect.
Here, however, the more damage a fighter has accumulated, the more the wall will visually react when they're launched into it. Can you see? Eventually,
Oh.
fighters will break right through the wall. There are fireworks in the background. Basically, this special feature allows you to KO an opponent only after they've accumulated enough damage.
This is sick.
That way, you can enjoy the battle more like you would in a
Legal?
traditional fighting game.
Is this our new legal stage?
When you're close to the wall, it's possible to be KO'd even when your damage is low. It's just like in regular stages. In the Real Bout Fatal Fury series, there was a feature in which the walls could be destroyed and players could suffer a ring out when they hit the wall. This isn't exactly the same, but we made it kind of similar to that. We hope you'll enjoy playing at this stage with
This
all
is
the
awesome.
special rules.
Stage is sick.
By the way, there are guest characters in the background, right? Since we have the opportunity, I'd like to introduce them to you.
Isn't that Rio?
First up, Andy Bogard. He's the adoptive brother of Terry Bogard. Both of them were adopted from an orphanage and raised by Jeff Bogard. However, while Terry's teacher was Jeff Bogard, Andy studied under Mai Shiranui's father. He uses the Koppoken fighting style. Joe Higashi. He's one of the three main characters from earlier games in the Fatal Fury series. He's the only one that doesn't have any connection to Geese Howard. He's a Muay Thai champion. Kung Fu Ru. He's the master of the Holy Fist of 8 Ways, and he also trained Jeff Bogard. He can
I
enlarge
like
his
him.
body as well.
He's fun.
Billy Kane. He's been in many Fatal Fury games since the first one, and he's the right-hand man of
Man,
Geese
that guy
Howard.
got the drip, man. Look
While
at
he
him.
appears in the first game, his costume is based on his appearances
Everybody got
in King
fitted
of Fighters
clothes in fighting
97
games.
onwards. You can't really see his back, but the no smoking symbol is definitely there. Geese Howard. He's the big boss of Southtown. And he's the rival of Terry Bogard.
I wonder if Terry's gonna
Falling
have
off
an
of
amplifier.
buildings is his thing.
Maybe that's what the other because like we still have 20.
Rock Howard. His first appearance was Garo, Mark of the Wolves. He's the son of Geese Howard, and
So we
Terry
still have
actually
20
raised
minutes
him.
left.
That means his appearance in this game at this age with that look doesn't really jive with the timeline, but Smash is kind of like that to begin with, right? Kim Kapwan. He uses Taekwondo and
This is
considers
so
himself
sick. They
a
made
fighter
3D
for
models
justice.
of, like,
His Ho'okaku
so
is
many
very
King of Fighters
famous.
characters.
Yuji Yamazaki. His first appearance was in Fatal
You
Fury
know he
3,
uses his feet
and
to
he's a
fight.
criminal known as Dark Broker. He's very selfish and sadistic. Blue Mary. Her first appearance was in Fatal Fury 3 too. She uses combat sambo,
I'm just sad that
and
these
she's
models
a good
look
drinking
better than
buddy
the
of
King of
Terry's.
Fighters models.
Those were the characters from the Fatal Fury
recent
series,
one that was
but from
3D.
here on, let me introduce characters from other series. Athena Asamiya. She's a Psycho Soldier.
Holy
Psycho
crap.
Soldier is a memorable game released
how
around
many
1986, and it was the first title to feature a fully
I love
voiced theme
Sakurai.
song within the
We
game.
don't deserve this game,
This
guys.
epic song
We do
was
not
also
deserve
remixed
this
for
game.
Super
We do
Smash
not
Bros.
deserve
Ultimate,
Sakurai.
and it was recorded in
He
both
goes
Japanese
above and
and
beyond
English.
with everything he does.
Music start. Kyo Kusanagi. He's the protagonist of the King of Fighters series, and he uses the ancient martial arts Kusanagi-ryu. Speaking of the protagonist, there are differences depending on which version you're talking about, like Orochi and Nest. Anyway, he is forever a school kid. Iori Yagami. Originally, he was introduced as Kyo
Iori
Kusanagi's
is my
rival,
friend's
but when I
favorite
first saw
character.
this
One of my
character in the
roommates.
game at the time, due to his look and attitude, I thought, whoever created this character must be a genius. Goro Daimon. He's a judo gold medalist belonging to the Japanese team, and he likes to throw his opponents. Chang Hohen and Choi Bonge.
Choi is my favorite character.
One
in
is
the
an
whole
escaped
game.
convict, and the other is a slasher. They are currently undergoing rehabilitation under the previously mentioned Kim Kapwan. Ralph Jones and Clark Still. Originally, they were main characters in the Ikari Warriors series before Neo Geo.
Clark still wish he was
They
Terry.
appeared as guests in the Metal Slug series too. Ryo Sakazaki, the protagonist
I know his
of
name.
Art of Fighting. The original Art of Fighting was released just before Fatal Fury 2. That means it was the first game to implement a true super special move. How could I not include him? King. Her first appearance was in Art of Fighting, and she's a bouncer and bodyguard. She is a beautiful woman with an androgynous sense of style. Next, Yuri Sakazaki. She was kidnapped in the first Art of Fighting game, but after that,
Reminds
she
me of
trained
Sakura.
hard and mastered Kyokugen Karate
Like
in
Sakura
just 1
copied
year.
her.
In other words, she's a genius. So, as you can see, we've included many characters, a total of 20 characters.
What's the name of the station?
You know, it's very cumbersome. I mean, it takes a lot of time. But so many people love each and every one of these characters, even outside the confines of their individual series, so we simply had to do our best by them. By the way, you may have noticed that a very important character from the Fatal Fury series was not included.
Echo Fighter?
Yes, Mai Shiranui. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is for good boys and girls of many different ages, so we decided not to feature her. Also,
That is
my
hilarious.
music features a variety of tracks, and the music that plays affects which special guests will appear. For example, there's a track called Pasta.
Wait,
and
do
when
you
the
jump from
music is
off
playing,
stage?
Andy
Or is that
Bogart
just
will always
his
appear.
animation?
I hope you look forward to that as well.
I hope the song's in the game. I'm playing it on every stage possible. Okay, let's see him in action. I agree.
Okay, I'm done providing information, so now let's jump into some actual battles. This time, I'm going to play the Terry route of Classic Mode.
Oh, so we're just gonna
On
watch.
top of
That's
that,
what
I
the
want
next.
to try and hit the highest
That's what the next
intensity
15
level.
minutes is. He's just gonna.
Let's see if I can
non-stop.
get all the way up to intensity 9.9. Honestly, playing the game in extreme difficulty while doing commentary is extremely hard. One or the other is doable, but doing both at once forces me to divide my attention. But that
See?
means I should do my best at
Sakurai's
both.
saying being a streamer is
Do
hard.
my best.
I agree.
First, this route is named the King of Smash. 3 characters who have some sort of connection will appear as a set, a challenge that looks somehow familiar. Okay, the first intensity level is 5.0, so I should be fine. All battles in Terry's route are stamina battles. This
That's
stage's
sick!
special KO rule that I talked
That's
about
so
earlier
sick!
isn't the best match for stamina rules, but oh well. On his route, a lot of stages feel like they're from a traditional fighting game. Okay, I did it anyway.
Uh-oh. He
Of
is
course,
mashing.
even in this mode, it's not impossible for me to try for a KO, but normally it'll be over before that. There.
Damn, you just obliterated her.
Looks like he's saying, "Give me something." Next, round 2. It's the Legend of Zelda team. Just because characters are in a team because of their similarities, that doesn't mean that they have to be from the same game. This is Let's Go to Seoul, Kim Kapwan's theme. And I've got it set up so that we don't move from the bottom of Prison Tower. It would be easiest to simply knock him off the screen, but I'm not going to do that, because it's not as fun to watch. Oops, I knocked him off. Over here. It's gonna blow. Will he do it? Alright. The boomerang's not coming back. And I can't go to the edge. Oh no! The tables have turned.
Okay, so this character,
Cancelled.
definitely gonna be like mid-tier. High
He
tier.
wears his cap backward when he does a power
Not
dunk.
a bad character. I need to play him more to see if
Now you could call this
how
the
good he
giant
is.
stage. All the giants are lined up. Of course, the music track is Taku and Kitepi. Of course, he says. You might wonder who Taku and Kitepi are. But it seems like it means Tanaka and Kitamura. This track is from Fatal Fury 2. There's a giant wrestler named Big Bear, and this is his track. Regardless of the track name, it's a really famous hard rock song. So please give it a listen.
All right, I'm trying. I'm theory crafting right now, baby.
The original song was called Yusha Raiden. There's that masked wrestler. Big Bear is his true identity. He's called Raiden. Jump! I'm beginning to find the intensity quite tough. Round 4. The whole atmosphere is a little different than how it's been up until now, right? We've been to arena-style flat stages, but suddenly we're at a battlefield form stage. Oh, there's an item. There's an arcade game series called Athena, and this stage uses that as a motif. Oh, he's metal. Now that I'm thinking about it, I suppose both Lady Palutena and the Athena games were possibly an homage to the Athena of Greek mythology. Plus, I wanted to do something where two characters who are similar or have similar
That wasn't
abilities
crack
are
shoot. That was
together.
side B.
It's a nice Kokugenryu team.
Oh, that is crack shoot. Oops.
If I
Oh,
let
it's
my guard
backside
down,
B.
I'll easily be defeated, so I need to pay attention. Not bad, Yu.
Burning knuckle.
By the way, you can use moves like crack shoot to aim for overhead platforms, so they have some utility to them.
His burning knuckle def did a shield break.
I kept her in check. Phew, that was
I'm looking
close.
to that.
Looks like that firebar didn't work out for her. It's getting brutal. The intensity is close to 8. You could say the opposing team is comprised of heroes from different companies. Sonic and Terry are on the stage. Actually, Sonic and Terry were both created in '91, so they're the same age. And the next year, in '92, Kirby was born. Everyone's getting old. But they're still on active duty. You know, it's easier to fight on sloped ground. When using crack shoot, it's especially easy going uphill. Yikes. It's too soon to be taking this much damage. I started out with 150 HP, so I feel like I'm losing. Next, Mega Man. He was born in '87. The first Street Fighter came out in '87 as well, so that makes Ryu the same age. That was bad. Don't go off screen. Ah, he went off. I'm sorry. And now, Pac-Man from 1980 is here. Of course, this character was made
Where's
by
Little
Bandai
Man?
Namco Studios, but when I talk to their team, I'll call him your company's character. They always come back saying, oh yeah, our company's character. I often have these kinds of exchanges with them. Oh, that was close. But I won't give in until the very end. Because I've got a super special move.
Holy
How
crap, you
was
see that hitbox?
Not enough? I see. Well, how about now? It's bad to keep using the same move, seriously. Next, you could call this Team Darkness. With the track Soy Sauce for Geese playing on the rooftop, it's got the aura of a final showdown. Oh, not good. Up next is Ganondorf. I don't want to get hit by him, not even once. He's huge. Yikes. You can't take things lightly in moments like this one. That was a bad move. Alright, can I do this without getting hit?
Okay, this character's set place.
Now for a scary one, Bayonetta. Yep, I'm giving this everything I've got. Oh, that was just dangerous. Pulling off that midair jump was risky. Uh-oh. She's so good. That was a beautiful move. But she couldn't take advantage of that opportunity. That will cost her a lot. Time for the final battle. It's not Master Hand, but Ryu, Ken, and then Terry. Art of Fighting version 230000000.0 is playing. In other words, it's kind of a themed fight. He's super strong, so I have to work hard. I'm not pacing this out very well. I'm starting from 150 HP, so I wish I defeated Ryu before my HP dropped to 100. But I can't give up until the end. I have a super special move. But Terry is last, so he can use the same super special move. But this is no time for chit-chat. It's really tough doing this while talking. Oh no! This is no good. Got it! It gets even tougher from here.
I'm laughing Terry when he comes out.
I messed up a perfect shield. Here he comes. I gotta be on guard. Yeah, but with a power wave?
That sounds like a
If
fighting
I could have
game.
pulled off a super special move,
guys, we
that
have
would have
5
been
more minutes.
awesome. But, alright, did I make it to Intensity 9.9? Yes, I did.
You know how
That
you
was hard work.
You know how your game's programmed. He has incredibly good set play.
Terry Bogard is really fun
he
to
knocks
play
down
as,
all
so I
the
hope
time.
you enjoy playing as him in such
We
situations.
got 5 minutes left. Okay, songs. Oh, it's no, we already did stage.
Next, let's talk about the music. This time we
music's
have
so
something
good,
very
guys.
special lined up for you. For instance, when we were deciding which songs to include in this set, we thought about concentrating on songs related to Terry, but there were a lot of big band style songs that didn't really fit the mood of battle. That aside, the music of SNK has always been great, right from the beginning. So this time, we selected tracks that could be called SNK style. Basically, we expanded the selection a bit to include series outside of just Fatal Fury and the King of Fighters. SNK songs have always been great, really. This was true before Neo Geo, and all the way from the old The King of Fighters games to the arrangements in the latest installment, The King of Fighters 14. We did a lot of digging around, and finally managed to narrow our many candidates down to 50 songs.
50 tracks!
We never intended to do something like this, of course. So we submitted our 50 proposals to SNK, expecting them to pick out maybe 10 or 20 that they considered acceptable. But they told us they were okay. As a result, we've pretty much added in 50 songs.
What the crap?
Have a look at the list. That's how we ended up with the list we have, but we worked hard to deliver some of the best remixes. This was a very special one-off case, and I don't think we'll be able to do the same for other series. To be honest, I think that being able to hear such a selection might make the Fighter's Pass worth quite a bit more than its price. I do hope you'll enjoy it.
Thank you, Sakurai, you're the best.
Challenger Pack 4 comes with a Spirit Board too. The Spirit Board can be selected via the Spirits menu. Have a look at the background. If it looks familiar to you, you'll start feeling pretty nostalgic.
Guys, are the patch notes out
Shinjiro-san's
yet?
artwork is always so nice and vibrant, isn't it? You can also look forward to mock tournaments featuring each of the characters. That old school Athena and Ralph and Clark artwork really is something. Now for the Mii Fighters. Please have a look.
We paid $25 for 5 characters, 5 stages, and 200,000 songs. Oh yeah, and Mii stuff. Let's go, baby. Let's go, Rio. Yes, Yuri! That's pretty cool. That was sick. Thank you, Sakurai. Oh, they didn't tell us when Dairy's coming out.
SNK was also involved with the Mii Fighter set this time, so it has a strong fighting game influence. It borrows a lot from the series Nakoruru comes from, like her wind slash attack, so I hope you'll enjoy those little details. Moving on to Amiibo, here's the new lineup.
Oh, cool.
Simon, Chrom, and Incineroar. Each of these will be released on Friday, November 15th.
Oh, here we go. Is he gonna go through the patch
Next,
notes?
let's discuss the details of the updates. We've made some improvements to Battle Arena.
He's going over patch notes?
First, we're making it so you can send messages to each other in a battle arena. The messages are
sweet.
preset. So there's that, and also, the player who created the arena can now change the rules.
Let's go.
We've also added the option to play either Battlefield form or Omega form at random in the stage settings.
That's cool.
Aside from that, you can now pick Elite only as an arena type.
Let's go, so you can play good
Furthermore,
players.
quick play won't be the only way to play with people you don't know. As long as the arena type is set to public and no password is set, we've made it so anyone is now free to join.
Alright, sweet.
So I hope you'll enjoy that.
Just gotta work on that internet connection and we're good.
Terry is due for distribution on November 6th.
I knew
If you
it.
have the Fighter's Pass,
coming out
you'll
today.
be able to get him straight
He's
away,
coming
or you can
out
purchase him
today.
separately. Well, I think that wraps it up for our Terry Bogard showcase. I hope we were able to convey his appeal. By the way, his reveal trailer was aired in advance. It was created using SNK pixel art. The complete version of it, including the gameplay portion, is finally ready. I'd like to show it to you after this.
Oh, he wants to show us the reveal trailer again.
Now, this is something of an inside story, but I of course wrote the plot for SNK's pixel art packed reveal trailer. When the invitation comes out, you might recall how it says, "Don't be late, S." That is not what I wrote. It makes me think, ugh, this is why I hate inside jokes. After leaving it to the staff, it snuck its way in there.
Aww.
I just want you to know that the S is also the Super Smash Bros. Series S. Well then, let's move on to the intro movie.
He was like, I don't want to be... It wasn't about me. That's really sweet of him to say. Like S for Sakurai, guys. Dude, this is so hype. This is such a good reveal trailer. I'm gonna have to cancel my chiropractor. That's such a good animation. Sakurai said he wrote this, which means he probably had a hand in storyboarding it. Maybe. That's a lot of work.
Hey, come on!
Hey, come on! Ugh. There's something about Japanese accents in fighting games that's just really sick to me. Come on! Hello, wave!
How about that? Are you okay? Hey, come on, come on! Here's the big one! Cast the ball!
Yo, bust a wall!
Okay!
Okay, love it. So sick. Man, I played this game as a kid. I didn't really know anything about competitive stuff, so they do hold a special place in my heart. Even though I was trash and I can't remember any of the moves, and I mashed. All right, I got a good amount of notes. I know what I want to lab.
We crammed in a little too much content this time. Hopefully, I'll be able to make
This was
future
50 minutes
showcases a
long.
little shorter.
45. Nah, don't make it shorter. Keep it long, baby. That was sick. How many viewers are there? 25. It is kind of early. But if they did it this early, so all US, Europe, and Japan could all watch it. West Coast got screwed, but you know what? They're the West Coast. They get everything else in the world, so let them have it. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. I will be back when this character releases. It's probably going to be around noon. Uh-oh. It's probably going to be around noon, so come back for me labbing Terry. I'm so ready for this. I am so ready for this. Guys, I got notes. I know what I'm going to lab. I know, basically, just to be clear though, when I do my Terry lab, it's going to be on everything I want to do content-wise. Like anything I think would be a cool YouTube video or cool tech is what I'm going to lab. I'm not going to sit around and it's going to be a very productive, straightforward stream. There might not be a lot of chat and interaction because I am very busy and I only have one day to come up with as much content as I can for this character, and as much tech as I can for this character. So I've already have a basic I wrote down basically what I want to look into. I do need to go over his moveset though. I feel like he doesn't have a lot of combos, but we'll see. You got the release time. What time is he releasing? When is this guy releasing? I'm gonna check our Smash Bros. Let me see what it says. Okay. Do we have patch notes yet? Guess we shall see. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. 4:50 p.m. See, I knew it was going to be late. It's coming out today, though. So that gives me plenty of time to get all my work done. But as soon as he's out, I'll be there, guys. So 7:30 Pacific? Nah, there's no way. That's what they normally do. Come on. Don't do this to me, Sakurai. How do you guys know that? How do you know when he's coming out? All right, guys. I just took some notes. I will be back when Terry drops, and I will be doing a very awesome lab stream. And I got a lot of stuff written out, so I'm super hyped. So I will see you then. Thanks again for watching. YouTube.com/GimR/live. See ya. Server maintenance starting now. Uh-oh.